I'm Matt Bishar with REIT.com, and joining me here at NAREIT's Washington, D.C. offices is Nils Kok, professor and founder of the Global Real Estate Sustainability Benchmark. Nils, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So GRESB recently released the results of its 2013 survey. What was the biggest takeaway and or surprise from this year's survey?
Right. Well, the report just came out on September 5th. We released it in Hong Kong, Paris, the EPRA conference, and here in New York. And our biggest surprise is the continuous uptake of sustainability disclosure by REITs and funds around the world. This year, the response rate continued to increase to 550 companies and funds around the world, which is again a substantial increase since last year. And I think most importantly, it's good to see more companies reporting, but most importantly, we see that performance is increasing. Performance is increasing as measured by GRESB scores, but performance is also increasing as measured by reduction in energy consumption.
And what did the results show you regarding U.S. REITs and their sustainability practices?
Right. Well, there's some good news because U.S. REITs really seem to be leading the way when it comes to reducing energy consumption. In part of the survey, we focus on your like-for-like change in energy consumption, so same portfolio, and what we see that on average in the U.S., the reduction in energy consumption between 2011 and 12 was 6.8%. And that's a big number, especially compared to globally, where the average was 4.8%, and also compared to some regions where reductions were really kind of trivial. So the US seems to be leading the way when it comes to actually reducing resource consumption. US REITs continue to report in ever larger numbers. We now have 31 large US REITs reporting, and that's about 50% of the FTSE NAREIT market index.
And what do you see in regards to the investment community?
Well, I think it's always the question whether that's the driver or whether that's the result, but we see more and more large institutional REIT investors starting to use the GRESB data. And recent examples include CBRE Clarion Securities, Conan Steers, the Townsend Group, so large REIT shareholders, REIT investors that are using the GRESB data in both their due diligence and their investment process.
And Nils, how can someone get a look at the results and how can a company participate going forward?
Right. Well, the GRESB report, that's available online at GRESB.com. Now, for REITs that want to participate in the GRESB survey and the GRESB benchmark, the barrier to entry is fairly low because there's no cost involved. They can go online, they can download the survey, they can download the 2013 survey while we're waiting for the next year. They can log in and enter their answers and details. For those REITs that have already reported to GRESB and that want to see their results, they can log into our online portal with the same credentials as they used to fill out the data. They can download their scorecard or a more extensive benchmark report while they're online. So everything is to be found online, and I think the results of this year are interesting, both to the general REIT community, but also to the REITs itself.
Nils, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
For more on this and other REIT news and analysis, be sure to visit REIT.com.